Smoke for Skadoodle. He's got the defuse kit as well. There's the HE to buy them some space at the top of it. I actually kind of like that. So it means you can kind of push the CDs back if they are at the top. And take some vision away as well with the smoke that blooms after the HE thrown on towards that corner.
Nothing. Picked up through the wall, swings out wide, and Body doesn't respond to it. So good aggressive kill. He was never going to run back down the hallway and get away.
Yeah.
Fight or flight, no flying needed. Skadoodle hits Kenny S. Stewie boosted up, takes down Shocks, and then drops inside of the smoke. They'll get the site, they'll get a plant, but they're in a 5 versus 2 with Apex and NBK, who's desperately firing the Glock into the smoke, looking for a boost as well. Apex, good start. Still has the angle to hold. Getting down nothing. They've given themselves a real chance, but he's lost NBK. He's got to play it perfectly against 3, and they're putting all attention toward him, jumping over top of the coffins. They're already on the defuse as well. No kit, but it won't matter.
Yeah. A little bit scary there, the full defuse coming in. Automatic, though, confident his teammates better shut it down as a 3 versus 1. They know exactly where he is as well. Once the bomb has been touched, there's a lot of pressure for Apex to actually decide to face, and they can't shut it down. So Cloud9 there, a decent shot. I can see them talking on the server, right? They're actually discussing how did nothing get that kill in the first place. He got dinked, and like you said, if he falls back there, he's almost guaranteed to be killed. Like, he's going to get clotheslined at some point. He goes with the wide peak instead and surprises the T of the T-steps and manages to actually nail that P2000 shot. So good job by Nothing. Had a decent game on Cobblestone. Things off in nice fashion here in Inferno. 1-0 for them. They didn't pick up a single pistol on Cobbles. This is much better. Force buy from GTOS getting the bomb down. This seems to be coming in more and more, Matt. Tech-9's armor and a bit of utility. But this is the French style, is it not?
Yep, very much so.
Especially when they're up against like kind of opposition they don't really respect, I guess you could call it. They know that they're going to be better on paper. This comes in quite a lot.
From MBK to take down Nothing, similar to what he had to do in the last round when he took the early damage. The Molotov forces the fight. MBK wins it. He's going to do better than that as well in the FAMAS. Skadoodle, though, in the site, managing only 2 kills. It's going to be a bomb plant and guns gained for G2. They've got a UMP on Body, FAMAS on Kenny. We still can't write off a Tech-9. 4 for automatic to go in. Or rather, to hold off and let Stewie go in on the UMP, but he's burning because he gets caught off in the wraparound. That leaves him in the open, and it's 8 HP for automatic. This game's 1-1. No way he picks this round up.
No, he has to fall back at this point. A little bit sloppy in the retake there. Checking their own incendiary on the side, then running through it, and then having to fall back instead of as soon as they don't find the frags there. It's G2 though. That comes down to that gut feeling sort of play from MBK. He sees the incendiary, bounce around the corner then, decides to run through it, finds that first CZ kill. That makes the CTs panic. He gets the FAMAS, manages to get the second frag on the bomb side as well. Skadoodle did what he could with the UMP, 2 frags. Like you said, only, I think that was actually maybe more than he deserved considering his position. Did a decent job, but it wasn't quite enough there. The retake on that side of the map with some bombs down is very difficult indeed. So 1-1, the force by working over G2. Certainly a bold call to make at that point. If you've got the bomb down, you get AKs in the third, but they went for it, pulled it off, and there's MBK getting that FAMAS. And once he finds that second frag, that's pretty much round over for me. Still a pretty shot there. We're going to do this one of force buy in return after automatic did save the M4 and force up around it. A couple of UMPs and CZs and a Deagle as well. In terms of the T side buy, 2 AKs and those FAMASs and UMPs salvaged in the previous round. Stewie and automatic will be boosting up the looks of things. Decent incendiary. Oh, the bug. CSGO at its finest.
Yep.
Do we call that a bug? What would you call it?
It's not a bug, it's a feature.
Like a feature now.
Yeah.
Sometimes it pits them out, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, it depends on the degree by which it's burning.
It's nuts. That happens so much.
Yeah, it's a variable. It's actually suffering from the same problem that Y&K was. It doesn't know if it's in Celsius or Fahrenheit.
Yeah, right.
Doesn't know what to tell you if that's hot or not.
Well, costs G2 a frag there. Very frustrating to die in that manner, but they'll be committing toward A. Decent damage from Shroud, though. Can't find a frag just yet, but has set his teammate up for the slam dunk. Skadoodle gets 2 once again. Automatic chubs in as well. That should be the round guaranteed. Skadoodle with that UMP doing some tremendous work there. It's Body with 2 kills so far, but 2 more to find to pick this round up.
Down. Cloud9 recover. We go back and forth. We're going to have one of those economic battles.
We are indeed. Battle of the force by. The war of attrition begins. And we'll see who comes out on top in the replay of automatic after Skadoodle. The groundwork for him. Decent flashbang like that. I guess the last guy as well. The last one was nothing to write home about. But we'll watch it anyway. In the back. Here it comes.
Bang.
And it's, yeah, after all that. Come on.
Tune in this week to find out more.
Well,
no spoilers here, Hank.
it's going to be back-to-back rounds, like you said, but forced by, of course, on the GC side. KDS asserting it towards off middle. It's Skadoodle doing tremendous damage once again. Can't quite find the frag. He goes down to 6 HP himself. And before, mid-control coming in favor of G2. The first frag for Shroud.
Indeed. Nothing goes well. This could be the response they need to finally lock down the economic game. I think they will do. Apex misses his shot. On Shroud, peeks him early. 3-1 Cloud9. A slow start against SK. They got a little bit better here on Inferno against G2.
Yeah.
Back-to-back games for old C9.
Absolutely. Well, 3-1. Great start here.
Don't ask me why I call them old C9.
Old C9.
They're quite young.
Yes. In terms of a Counter-Strike unit, probably, I guess, with the exception of nothing, I think it's about 25, 26.
Yeah, I think so. Automatic spot is down. Stewie's able to grab the MP9 and get closer. So a good shot through from Shocks to take Skadoodle. Just holding down the station at the bottom of the middle, really. First Glock for Kenny. Desperate when.
It's always promising when you can hear the T-side have Glocks. He's like, oh, now we can maybe relax a little bit. We don't have to try and challenge the frags. As I sit on the bomb site, as you can see, Cloud9 are doing right now. Look at the mini-map. It's completely covering the key angles. The bomb site themselves, automatic locking down Arch, one player in the pit. Don't give them anything to work with here. They will pick up an AK that looks things to the middle. Trying to defend it. Like I said, you don't really have to do that. Let them have the AK. That's fine. They can win a frag, and now they've got 2 rifles to work with here.
This becomes winnable. The one saving grace is aim punch. Massive factor. They don't have armor. But look where Kenny has made his way. He's already in through CT. It's Stewie alone in Banana with the MP9. They're going to round the wall. Camera angle showing. Oh, he's going to get the ball. That's really good from Stewie, because if they'd waited just a second longer, Shocks was going to be on their back step. I thought it was Kenny. My mistake. It was Shocks. But Stewie's able to grab the M4 and take him down as well.
Obviously, I have no idea that position's coming in, but you're right. They did wait 5 more seconds. The thing is, Shocks is anticipating play to be like new box or something, so he thinks he's going to go down momentarily. So he's like, okay, let's pinch them together, and I'll take up the frags that are required. But Stewie, like you said, against an armored players and MP9s going to rip through the T's at that point. 4-1. Cloud9 looking quite dominant so far. It's going to be the AWP for Skadoodle. Not the same sort of for G2 so far. Kenny is back on the AK-47. One of the few AWPers that's very proficient with the rifles along with the snipers as well. And it's going to be a lot of intensity used towards the bottom Banana. Apex goes down to 37 HP. Himself caught in a horrible position there. Some nades back though. Stewie very aggressive here. Wants to find that first frag with the AK. Confident play.
Shot from body. Good shot from Skadoodle, but he's burned alive. Lots of Molotovs. And the trades now favor the offense. As they work their way in, they have to get automatic. Another trade. All trades. I'll grab an AWP for Kenny instead of the AK-47, and he'll hold for a post plant. But first, over top of the smoke towards CT. They'll split 1 Banana, 1 CT direct. So 1-1 on the retake.
This position's so cool now.
Oh, wickets?
Yeah, must have been.
I'm surprised.
I think that was signal the save. Maybe they've got to play with Banana as well. They still fancy this a little bit.
He's so close to it, but you're right. He's got to drop back down and watch Banana, because his teammate's gone hunting through ruins, and he's done. Kenny, no, he's not. What a shot as he catches off nothing.
Oh, now he's getting into it. That was beautiful from Kenny S. Like I said, when he has that position towards CD spawn, I thought as soon as you spot him up there, you think, I'm not getting past him. He's going to hit all these shots. He actually managed to get towards the bomb site there, and I thought that second frag would never happen for Kenny S, but why do I always doubt him? He managed to get the flick in. Of course he does, with the incendiary down around as well. That first shot was nice, but look at this. So quick. Cool. Beautiful stuff there from Kenny S. 4-2, G2 clawing back. Still money available for Cloud9, though. No all for Skadoodle. Round though for either side in terms of the money game. Investment is still down about $1,000 per play on the T side, so after this, and it's going to be another fast push from Stewie.
Oh, that could be more. Yep, there's 2. I thought it could have been a third. They were so close to being a third as Apex is on 19, so good response from Cloud9.
Yeah, that's just textbook CS at that point. You throw the smoke at the bottom. They think they're safe. They always line up when you're blind. It's your instinct to line up on that straight wall. You know, okay, they can't really see me with the smoke in front of me as well. Stewie comes around, sprays down that straight line and manages to get 2 frags there. And actually did damage to Apex as well. That's pretty much round over. Still a chance to recover. We did see MBK with that amazing 1v5 on this map the other day. Doesn't look like he'd be doing the same today, though, as Apex will take down automatic at the same time.
Kenny versus a whole hefty amount of opponents inside of the A site. His teammate's going to join him in the hallway. I think he's going to head toward boiler door instead. Kenny's actually gotten in the smoke, but he's lost himself on the balcony. I think everyone's lost him and nothing. Eventually gets a shot that finds his head. that's going to be the round because Apex on 19 is very unlikely to do much more.
Indeed. Well, I'm liking this brand of Counter-Strike coming in from Cloud9, though. They're not scared to take the jewels at the start. A lot of teams, like, especially when you're playing against the likes of G2, you give them way too much respect on the CT side. You're just holding back, allowing them to have map control, and you're hoping the crossfires will win you rounds. But Cloud9 know they can go toe-to-toe in terms of the fracking. They have got the star power to do that, especially the likes of Stewie and Automatic. They're taking jewels. The flashbangs is good as well. The set grenades at the start of the rounds to give them some space are working out quite nicely. This is looking good for Cloud9. I would say they're going to get a lot more than 5 rounds here. It looks like they could maybe get double digits. G2 look quite shut down here. That's going to be maybe a double eco going forward as well. And you can see they're spraying down as well. Great awareness as he takes down Shoxy as well. I think he got the Dink and Apex at the same time. A force buy from G2. Like we said, probably double eco, so might as well go for it. Tech9's CZ, a lot of utility and head armor as well. Still in with a shout to winning this round. A boost up from Stewie will allow his teammate to be in towards CD spawn. That's Automatic. Quite a deadly duo on that side of the map, I have to say.
Very deadly. Shocks, meanwhile. Tech9 in hand, going to start to work up inside of the apartments. Rotate back and have 3 on A. Shroud's the one in pit. He's normally very good here, but tagged up. Oh, he's there. Jump down. Double able to get the kill to save him. Then turns it around and does the same for his teammate as they try and wrap inside of the site. And together, they get everyone.
That was a full investment from G2. Every last dollar they had in the bank there. Tech9's, CZ's, head armor and grenades as well. Doesn't amount to too much there. Went for the A-side commitment. It was very well read from Cloud9 as well. They boosted that one player in TD spawn. Like we said, that was Stewie. Automatic instantly went towards the A-side of the map as well. He was patrolling Arch, allowing his teammates to focus towards the court in the apartments area. They locked it down. Didn't look like there was too much pressure applied at all. This has to be a full eco now from G2. They're starting to struggle here. Glocks and 2 P250. Actually, just 1 P250. And no armor, no nades. This is one of those rounds you can't really get too excited about. Pretty standard setup for Cloud9. They'll know, they'll be able to read the economy situation right now after that force buy. You can, might sound weird to say, people who don't play at home, you can feel when people buy the head armor as well. You can hear the dinks when you shoot them, so you know that's a full investment in terms of the Tech9s. And this has to be an eco at this point. So they'll just be trying to keep 5 players alive here.
Nothing in Shroud. Again, stick to the crossfire.
It's weird in this game. I've never really understood why they decided to put a feature in when you headshot someone at range, even through smoke, you get the sound through the dink.
Yeah.
I don't know why they put that in.
Should be range dependent.
Yeah, like
in real life.
Yeah, it's so nuts that you can just spray around through the smoke and say, yeah, I've dinked him. I don't know, that was never in any other version of CS. But here we are.
Training.
I don't know why I'm not asking I'm asking that question. There's about 20 other questions I should be asking first.
It's training wheels, Henry.
Yeah, I guess. Got to make it fun for everyone.
Don't worry about riding a bike. It comes back just like riding a bike with training wheels.
30 seconds remaining. This is what we discussed in Cobble as well. It's one of those rounds you're hoping a CT makes a mistake and you can maybe get 1 kill out of it. That's not what happens. Skadoodle gets double kill, nothing, gets a 3rd as well. So it's going to be quite a simple round. USP, sorry, against the other players. You're going to find 1 more. 1 frag for Kenny S. I guess that's something. He bought the P250, I believe, as well, so that pays off the dead at least. That gun costs $300, so he manages to pay that off. No AWP from yet. I guess we've just discussed this before. The AWP on the T side, it's not like required on other maps, so you don't really need the AWP. It's similar to Nuke in that sort of vein. So if you pick one up, sure, you're running away with the game, give it a go. It's not required on the T side of Inferno. Skadoodle, though, similar setup. I think we've got 3 players towards B this time. Nothing will be joining them, so presumably he chucks a smoke. Yep, there we go. CT spawn and allows his teammates to keep their utility to the start of the round. They go aggressive again. We'll find out momentarily. The smoke suggests not.
Goes down to the bottom of Banana. No, clear back. G2 confirmed they're heading over toward A. Information gathered as a result, but Shroud going down. Skadoodle was trying to swing to find him, and MBK timed his peak perfectly from the apartments, and as such, they have the A site, so it took very little, despite the first kill going Cloud9's way. Still, though, 7-2. G2 needs this round, to be honest.
Yeah, well, it's looking good so far. Bomb down. Still got smokes available. MBK with another one in the bag as well. this retake should be almost impossible. It's so difficult to get this site, especially when the crossfires are on point. Commanded advantage. This player coming from the apartments, he has to be the difference maker here. It's going to be Stewie. Does some damage. Incendiary's deployed as well, but they haven't found a frag as of yet.
Stewie getting NBK. Shox getting nothing. Try and find the headshot. Stewie towards Shox, but he's got the better angle, peeks it correctly, and G2 do find their third round. Yeah,
like I said, very unlikely they win that round. I think Cloud9 know that as well, but they know if they can get at least to a close situation and keep controlling the money. If it comes down to a 1v1, for example, that's great. It means they can win the next round and fully reset G2. But decent setups there. Look at those crossfire. Not really much you need to shut that down. It's going to be Shoxy, good as ever, finding the shots required. And double headshot for him, 7-3. Cloud9, those double orb setup, like we said, I think this is a very viable setup, especially when you have two dynamic orbers. Stewie will be secondary orber usually. He's more the flashy play style. Skidoodle, like Sponge mentioned on the desk, he's not one of the most assertive orbers, more that turret style. Very good at hitting the shots required, but you don't really think he has that killer instinct. You need someone to tell him what to do historically. That's what a lot of people say about him.
Ooh, Stewie up close. Good dink with the pistol on Shox because he missed cleanly with the AWP.
How is that a thing?
Skidoodle won't miss with his AWP, though. 2 kills for him.
Isn't that a perfect example of what I just discussed as well? So you've got Stewie on the other side of the map, dancing and weaving, no-scoping, USPing people, and then you've got Skidoodle holding Graveyard, just hitting the shots to count, and that's the kind of package you want. It's pretty much what G2 bring to the table as well on their CD side.
And another reset for G2.
And a pause.
Yep. Tactical, I would expect. From the French side. Shot from Skidoodle. Second one didn't look like it hit originally, but it did.
You can see now G2 have kind of thrown the strategy book out the window. That is like, okay, let's just pick an area, go as a 5, and try and walk in and trade frags here. And now that double orb setup coming in, they're going to have to be a bit more tactical about their approach. That worked in the previous round, sure, as a change of pace, but now that double orb comes out from Cloud9, it's a change of setup for them. They're looking like they're running away with this game. 8-3, and like you said, that's a pretty harsh reset. In terms of money per player, I would say average, we've got a just over 2.3 thousand, but we'll see whether they can do anything with this. Top end of the board is going to be Kenny S at 3,600. I think you want to keep his money strong. If they force buy into this one, they'll be marking themselves up a little bit. They probably should just stick to maybe a partial buy. Kenny S goes for head armor and the Tech 9. He's going to get 1,900 in the next round, so that's a strange buy in my opinion, but still, he will be able to get AK and armor. That must be limited going forward. $350 for Apex. They've invested a lot of money into this round, Matt. Maybe too much. Look at the nade damage at the start as well. Body down to 26 HP, shots down to 60. They've taken their money right down, and a lot of damage. Just going straight towards B. Stewie will be finding the first couple of shots. Automatic goes one step better, though. Gets 2 kills. Up to Stewie now to try and delay them as long as possible. He might go down.
Yeah, looking great Cloud9 on this map, I have to say. I know Shroud's always been a good pit player. It's probably one of his best positions. But all over the map, being very dynamic, and as such, teams need to be weary of that in this event, I fear.
That helps getting the bomb down.
Well, but it's Shox against 3, AWP. He's looking in the right direction, hits the first shot, but already through the smoke, which means he's got no time to reset for the second opposition. And the defuse will come into Cloud9 to go 9-3. But you're right, getting the bomb down will help. 2 rounds, but it gives them enough money that they'll be able to buy into this one. No AWP available, however.
Well, you can see Apex.
Not that T-side matters that much, but still when you have Kenny, it can be beneficial.
He's the one with the full investment reviews there. They don't get that bomb down, they are in a world of trouble. They're quite lucky that Shoxy managed to get it down in 3 versus 1. So he gets a Tech 9, bodies on the Galil. There's a bit of utility to work with as well. That's what Apex went for instead of trying just to have a rifle and just armor. But the double orb setup is still running strong here for Cloud9. 9-3. Oh, misthrown smoke from Stewie there on Banana. An aggressive play from Skidoodle as well. It's going to be body to take him down. An opening now for the first time in a while. He's got the advantage.
Apex will jump up with Kenny toward Boiler. Gonna grab the AK. Kenny, or rather, excuse me, whoever it was, that jumped up behind him. Apex, I believe, gets the AK. Short-term memory loss. Henry, I'm sorry. I'm not sure what I'm sorry for. I forget.
Yeah. Well, 5 on 3. 4. Now I'm getting confused. 5 on 4, and for now, G2 have a minute to play with here. Don't need to overcommit. They still have their grenades available as well, and all for Kenny S. It's looking very promising. NBK makes his way towards the end of apartments. Automatic, though. could be dangerous here. Smoke to go down, gives a position away. Got the M4A4, so Traces will be coming through. It's an incendiary though, that could be dangerous for Apex. Pull back, and she could find a couple of frags here. Gets taken down, Kenny S on the other side as well. Finds nothing, gets his second as well. Drow drops, round going in favor of G2. Just Stewie with the AWP doesn't have a single chance of winning this round. They've still, oh, actually the money's pretty tight going forward as well, so he needs to save his storm. Can't really attempt to do anything with this. If he saves it, they probably can buy around it. You can see he's got 2,400 and Shroud of 32, Skadoodle 4,500, so they can even get a double orb set up with UMPs around that if they want to. That's a big round for G2 to pick up there. Kenny S coming to life for that T-side AWP. But it comes down to, I think it was Skadoodle who was caught in the bedroom area. He must have had a decent spawn. It's a nice pick. I like the idea of behind it. That's thinking we haven't done this yet. Let's chuck an AWP in towards the bedroom area, see where we can get that first pick going on, but the Galil takes him down. If you've got multiple targets on your screen and they're throwing grenades at the start as well, it can be very difficult if they're aware.
So G2 pick up the 4th round. What's the number they need? On this version of Inferno, I'd say 5 to 6. But G2 is pretty swift. Yeah, you never know.
Like, even 4 is fine. If you go on the CT side, you win the pistol. Like, even 4 is perfectly acceptable, really. It's difficult to gauge what the perfect number is. 15, ideally.
Yeah, exactly, right? That is the perfect number.
Yeah. Oh, Stewie's got some sick run boost going on here. Oh, he just missed it. Like, he's been doing that since CD spawn as well. With like 10 hops.
That could have been huge.
Yeah.
Could have been already down halfway down Banana, rather. But they want this angle instead. It's not a bad one.
This is the Chad and Henry setup. We do this one.
Shox just hugged the wall and got by it. That's the problem. So now, if he continues to look this direction and they're too exposed, Shox swings out. If he's not fast, yeah, I think he's considering the fact that they could be there now. So smart decision.
Yeah, that's obviously designed to get any players towards the T-steps and players going towards logs as well. You can't really spot anyone getting close range there. The smoke to slow them down.
I'm surprised he didn't just take a pre-fire shot into the wall there.
I guess he wants to not give away the fact he has the AWP on this side. Gives away something. Oh, a little bit wallbang damage there. Apex hit on to 87. Like I said, a little bit of damage. But yeah, if Stewie just wants to, they're not sure it's a double orb setup. They know Skadoodle plays on the A side of the map. He just wants to maybe keep that a secret for now.
Skadoodle will wait to hold the position from Library. Does look as though they're interested in trying to go read today because they want Arch at the very least. Skadoodle's expecting flashes. Instead he gets Molotovs, goes on it, and goes down. Apex able to put the final shot as the Flames did most of the damage. It's nothing that gets MBK back, however. Shroud in the pit, covers off the wrap. Good headshot onto body. That's bombed down, and he gets all the way over in behind the half wall. Nothing. Falling to Shox tells Shroud that there is another player coming from that position. And the nade going over the top reveals where Kenny is, but Kenny beats him to the punch. 9 seconds, though, and 2 to find. He's got to plant the bomb. He may do behind the pillar. They're not close enough to wrap all the way in. Close up. Oh, Kenny, you would have thought he could have hit that. You never know with him.
You've come to expect him hitting every single shot like that as well. And Forty doesn't come in his favor this time. Automatic knows the time's low as well. When there's like 6 seconds left there, there's no chance of a fake plant coming in. So he rushes there, and he actually checks the wrong position as well. Like he said, we thought it's that quick scope would be coming in. Doesn't happen, though. It is actually technically a reset for G2. They still have plenty of cash available after only winning 1 round. There's the little replay of all the boost. Well, it wasn't really a run boost. It was just quite cool to watch them kind of sticking together like that.
Aw, they're cute. It's good mechanics.
Round number 15, 10-4. If Cloud9 get 11-4, that's a fantastic half for them after looking overwhelmed against SK Gaming. This is another fight of Europe. And holding their own for now for sure. So, yes, for him though. 4 AKs around him, not all the utility required. They're going for some banana control to start here. You can see Shoxy will be deploying a flashbang momentarily, allowing his teammates. Just as that smoke goes down, that's when he'll throw it. Just as it's starting to dissipate, that's when he throws it, just kind of surprise him a little bit. Here it comes, boom, and then they're not going to commit. I think they're waiting for an AWP shot maybe, see if they baited it out.
Yeah, they have not. Nearly body and Shox, rather just Shox now, toward the top of Banana. The rest will rotate down toward middle and inside a boiler. I think it's automatic. BK's gotten in, but it's underneath, underneath of Atrium. I thought Shroud made his way up toward the apartments. Swings out though with the Molotov, gets the kill and gets away with 44. Very well done from Shroud.
Yeah, he's doing well. On this map especially.
He's always been good on Inferno, to be fair. CT side, specifically. T side, we'll have to wait and see.
He's actually top fragging. Night and day compared to what we saw on Cobblestone. Automatic might have just secured the round there as well. Stewie looking very assertive once again on the B side. 5-on-2 now. Guinness and Apex with a lot to do here in the final round. Have to go for it. 20 seconds remaining. Automatic might just deny the plant or be patient and wait for the 4-on-2 retake to begin.
Being very patient. A lot of players, even at the pro level, would have gone for that. Gives themselves a good position and good retake. So they'll go 11-4, Cloud9. Great start on Inferno.
Yeah, who would have thought after what we saw in the first game against SK, this is the team that shows up. And Shroud top fragging as well, 15 kills, averaging 1 kill per round. That's actually not bad at all. Like you said, very good in that pit position. Actually impressed me quite a lot as well. Some big rounds there. Cloud9, after the initial exchange with the back and forth economic game, actually managed to give themselves a great lead here on the side.
Great lead indeed, and one player that has to step up a little bit more on the CT side, NBK. Only 3 kills in the first half. We'll see if G2 can close it to pull back against Cloud9 in their CT efforts.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Lenovo Legion, Xfinity, ESCA, Pay Safeguard, Mountain Dew League, Logitech G, and Zowie.
Well, it's a better start for Cloud9 on Inferno. There's no doubt about that. Yeah. And Shroud is looking very much himself over toward the pit. I like the duos. Shroud, nothing together, and then of course Stewie and Automatic giving a little bit more room to Skadoodle.
I just liked how confident they looked. They were giving no respect to G2, denied the map control across the board as well, pushing down Biana. It was the chairs. We're not used to them, right?
Carry on. We were on a roll.
We were getting somewhere there.
Why'd I ruin it? Keep going.
Yeah, I just think they looked like a much more competent team than what we saw in the first round. It was the first game of the tournament. Maybe they're getting into it now. They're warmed up. It's all we've come to expect. Of like you said, the duos within this team, especially Stu and Automatic towards the beat up the map. That was cool. Let's get into this first round of the second half, though. It's going to be Cloud9 on the T side, of course. Got a tactical execution coming in there. 4 flashes in total for Shoxy. He's not messing around. Most players will fall back in this scenario, but he wants that first kill desperately, and he might be overwhelmed at this stage as well. He gets the first kill, look for the second. Can't get it. Nothing takes him down.
Tense moments. Blood on the walls. Very tight proximity in that doorway for him to be fighting, but...
Yeah, like I said, I'd assume he'd fall back after not getting the first kill, but Shoxy seems to be very stubborn.
Shroud. Great shot onto MBK. Again, mentioning that he had a slow start. Good shot. Kenny, though, takes down Shroud. Only took 1 bullet when he walked through the door. However, nothing was able to strafe jump all the way inside of the site. Catch him off immediately thereafter, and Body is limited in front of the library to wait for his teammate Apex. He's going to have problems because he's making a lot of noise, and there you go. Automatic hears it the whole way. This could be Cloud9.
Could be.
Picking up the round, potentially. It would be 2 pistols for them with an 11-4 lead. Last time they were ecoed, but still managed to respond. It'd be a hefty situation to be in. His Body, 1 versus 2, no kit, taps the bomb to try and pull them from hiding. They're both out toward top middle. He realizes it's a little bit too late.
The thing is as well, you're never going to go for a full defuse in a 2v1 situation like that. Cloud9 know it. They've got all the time to play with as well. They've got the flashbang. They counter that bird. They capped it to 3 seconds. Through the flashbang. Just check the bomb as well. Flashbang was still in full effect. Body had nothing to really go for in that round. So 12-4, Cloud9 looking almost promised to win the second map of the tournament for themselves. Looking very good so far. G2 haven't really shown up. They needed to win that pistol. Like I said, 4 rounds is fine. But you need to be winning the second round pistol. But they have got the force by here. It's another chance to make something happen. It's round number 17. G2 CZ's 5.7s. Cloud9 on the other hand, 1 rifle for automatic. This is the kind of second round buy I like. You have at least 1 rifle to work with and then 4 UMPs around it. I say that with a pinch of salt. I'm not a huge fan of the UMP in general. We have had it nerfed. You are just joining us. Basically, nothing's really changed apart from it's not as effective as range anymore. Like, I think it's like got a 10-meter drop-off in terms of the kill potential it's got. But for me, that's not really enough, especially in these sort of rounds. Like, you have full utility, a weapon that's still very viable in these situations. And I don't know, it's not really a hard choice anymore to bring it out. I think if you made it $1,800 and took away the kill reward, perfect. Didn't even have to adjust distance or anything like that.
Yeah, there's, again, we'll have to review data over 2 to 3 weeks minimum. But I think I'm on board with what you're saying. I think that's everyone's consensus at this point in time.
Well, the good news is at least they didn't nerf it.
That's exactly what I was about to say. You can very easily go too far in one direction. So I don't mind moderate increments. Good play by Shocks to fight him while they're all blind. However, he only gets the 1 kill. Ooh, it's Kenny that does better than that by taking down Stewie. 3 versus 3. Bomb planted safe side. Orange is 1. Because they didn't have a smoke out in front of the coffins, where Apex tries to retake from. Doodle, good shot on the AK. Able to take him down, and Kenny will follow to the same fate, same player. Some effectiveness and accuracy with the weapon. Doodle gets them all. In fact, 4 kills for him in the round.
Oh, this is where it gets interesting now, because with 13-4 and another Rico for G2, it's going to be 14-4. That means they pretty much need a perfect CT half there, and after that force in the second round map, they can't actually get that double orb set. They can't even get a single orb unless you have like 2 or 3 kills for 1 player in this round. 13-4. Has to be a full eco. Shocks gets a P250. Same story for Apex as well. This is looking pretty grim for G2. Managed to get one of their first tournament victories over in DreamHack Tours. Not exactly a premier event, but still a decent stepping stone for them. This is very early on in the group stages. They already have a win versus Envious, so this isn't too detrimental if they lose this. But still not ideal, considering the group as well, the group of death. G2 with Fnatic and SK in the same group as well. And Cloud9, they always seem to have the upset potential. It's rare they get through the groups these days, but they actually manage to always take a map off 2 of one of the big boys and actually upset in that respect. I think it was Virtus Pro they took Nuke off last event, right?
Yep. Say what you want about them at the moment. Automatic takes down Apex. Good read by nothing to turn around and find Shocks. So you are right. This will go to 14-4. There will be no anomalies in it. Stewie confirms. Lots of money on the Cloud9 side already, which makes the job harder for G2 if they're going to break them down. They've not gone to the AWP yet. And whether or not they do on the CT, or excuse me, on their T side, we'll find out.
Yeah, at this point they had so much residual SMGs here, they might as well stick with them. They know the head armor situation is going to be poor for G2, so you got to pick your poison now. Do you want that utility? Do you want to have a bit more safety with the head armor? They've actually picked the former here, so they've gone for a bit more grenades and some firepower. And Stewie, he did this on Copper as well. Not a great effect, but that's much better. It wasn't him that got the kill, but you could see the same thing. He didn't have head armor Apex, is why he dropped like a fly.
It was a good build-up, though.
Yeah, it would have been great. Not too bad.
This should be. Oh, yes, the kill. Just barely. Scott was another step back. He would have been fully grayed out and down for sure, but he comes out better off. It's going to be Shocks. Does respond with 1, but look at the utility in front of him. Body could sneak in to find 1 quick kill. Does so. That'll free Shocks up, but another smoke down means he can't move just yet. And Body is.
I've got a feeling they're going to lose this round. Just because something tells me it might happen.
Cloud9, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Body and Shocks. Kit, not quite. They do have a smoke for Shocks. I'm going to use that now on Pit. Can't find the shot through the flames. That should be, enough to do it. As Shocks walks in, they know where he's coming from, and Shroud hits it on a UMP. Map point Cloud9.
These are the kind of rounds as in-game leader you're just licking your lips at. This is so perfect for you. You've got the momentum, you've got all the money, you've saved all these SMGs a while. You know that G2 are up against the ropes of their money because they force-bought everyone into that second round because the scoreline was so far away from them. So you go up with the SMGs, you get a MAC-10 to throw in first there, 1 flashbang, 1 smoke, and you're just going in there to overwhelm them. And 3 players with head armor as well, there's nothing they could do. Every scenario, you've got a running gun coming towards you. You can't take them down. It's 15-4. Who would have thought this would be the scoreline after Cloud9 got battered by SK on Cobblestone as well. G2 touching now as they go in with 3 UMPs, a FAMAS, and Apex on the CZ as well. I'm going to look at the scoreboard. NBK, 3 kills, 18 deaths. This is one of his famously one of the best maps he's always amazing on this one. Really, really strong. Like, all round, T side, CD side, always posting amazing numbers in this one. And right now, he's just non-existent. Same story for Apex really as well. Another kind of crutch, I guess, for G2 in terms of the entry fragging potential he's got and giving them positional control. But aggressive play here is going to fall apart with G2 once again. Probably gets a kill return. Does he survive? Just about on HP for him.
Automatic, Patience. At top middle, gets the shot on Kenny. Patience pays off, gives them the man advantage. And they'll rotate back toward Banana. It's a 2-1 split, obviously, with 3 players left on the defensive side, but interestingly, it favors B. BK, therefore, goes aggressive to get information to confirm if they can stay complacent with that, but going down, Automatic getting the kill. And they're going to head back over toward A with the bomb. That should do it. You'd think, especially with Automatic spotting the shoulder pre-fire and Apex down, body on 9 HP. Cloud9 are going to go in 1-1 off the start of the day.
Who would have thought? Same story for G2 after winning this game.
Arguably the 2 favorites of the entire tournament they play as well.
That's not bad at all. Not the most exciting game, I have to say. They're G2 not really arriving, especially some of the big names as well. And